We begin in Billings this morning with breaking news. One man is dead following a motorcycle crash on the West End. Police were called to Grand Avenue between Zimmerman Trail and 38th Street West shortly after 11:30 last night. A man was pronounced dead on scene. A passerby reported seeing a person laying in the roundabout at 36th Street West. At first, they thought the person was a sleeping transient, but then they saw the crashed motorcycle and reported it to police. Lieutenant Riley Finnegan said the man was not wearing a helmet. They found skid marks on the ground leading up to the roundabout. A section of the road was closed while investigators responded. Details on how the crash happened and the victim's name have not been released. And now a check on what's making today's national headlines. President Trump threatened to slap a 5% tariff on Mexican imports. The president says he wants to pressure Mexico to stop the flow of migrants from Central America across the U.S. border. The tariff would go into effect June 10th. In a tweet, the president said the size of the tariff will gradually increase, quote, until the illegal immigration problem is remedied. He said the tariff would then be removed. The Center for Disease Control says the number of measles cases in the U.S. so far this year has reached 971, the highest level in more than 25 years. Just a decade ago, there were fewer than 100 measles cases a year. In 2000, the disease was declared eliminated in the U.S. And enrollment at U.S. colleges and universities has fallen for the 7th year in a row. A new report from the National Student Clearinghouse Research Center says enrollment slipped nearly 2%, or by about 300,000 students. A key reason, the group says, older students are leaving school to re-enter a strong job market. Back here in Billings, a woman was rushed to the hospital after escaping a fire inside a Heights duplex. Billings Fire Battalion Chief Kevin Johnson says the woman's injuries were not life-threatening. The fire at 1327 Yellowstone River Road was reported around 2:20 Thursday afternoon. Johnson says the fire was contained to one room and was quickly put out. The Billings Fire Marshal has been called in to investigate. A training exercise on Malstrom Air Force Base caused confusion across social media. According to Malstrom officials, during a routine readiness exercise, the scenario was mistaken as a real active shooter event. The base took precautionary security measures until it was verified as a mistake. Great Falls Public Schools and the Montana School for the Deaf and Blind were also put in shelter in place. The shelters in place were only in effect for about 20 minutes before they were lifted and activities resumed as usual. A Kalispell man accused of killing a 15-year-old girl after driving drunk and crashing into her house says he's not guilty. 31-year-old Jarod Parsons is charged with felony vehicular homicide while under the influence. Parsons pleaded not guilty Thursday morning in Flathead District Court. Investigators say Parsons was drunk when he drove his Dodge pickup truck into a house on Spring Creek Drive at around 2 a.m. Friday, April 26th. 15-year-old Erin Hauk was killed in the crash while she was sleeping. Parsons' bail is set at $500,000. A federal judge has ruled in favor of a man who was arrested in the Yellowstone County Courthouse based on his immigration status. Miguel Hernandez, who was in court to try and help his wife, was arrested after he provided an expired Mexican consulate ID. On Thursday, the federal judge ruled that former Yellowstone County Justice of Peace Pedro Hernandez and Deputy Derek Skinner violated Hernandez's Fourth Amendment right against unreasonable seizure. It happened in 2017 when a witness in the case told Judge Hernandez that Miguel Hernandez and another man were illegal immigrants. After his arrest, Miguel Hernandez spent 3 months in federal custody in Washington state before charges were dropped. The Seattle-based Northwest Immigrant Rights Project sued on Hernandez's behalf. Damages have not been determined. For the first time in years, a Frontier Airlines plane touched down in Billings. Q2 Samantha Sullivan was at the airport Thursday for the inaugural flight.
Greeted by a water cannon salute, the Frontier Airlines inaugural flight bringing a nearly full plane from Denver to Billings on Thursday.
It's wonderful. This is a good thing. People that normally wouldn't fly will be taking advantage of this flight. And we're hopeful that it's very, very successful because it's something that the community needs.
The new service will offer nonstop flights to and from Denver 3 times a week, with prices as low as $39 each way. Aviation Director Kevin Plone says the low fares are a welcome addition to the Billings Airport and good news for travelers all across the region.
This is going to change the dynamics of ticket pricing, and so this is really a good deal for basically all of eastern Montana, northern Wyoming, and the Billings area. So this is a good thing.
This new addition, just another piece of what's shaping up to be a successful year at the Billings Airport.
You know, Billings right now is we're seeing a lot of growth in the area, and we're continuing to see that at the airport. We had a record last year. We're on 4% above last year already. Our freight's up again this year. So I mean, things are really looking good for the Billings Airport and the Billings community.
In Billings, Samantha Sullivan, MTN News.
Frontier flights will fly Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. United Airlines operates 4 nonstop flights daily between Denver and Billings. A local closure to announce of a longtime Billings grocery store. The Evergreen IGA at 1540 13th Street West will close. No official word on why the store will close, but an employee confirmed with Q2 they hope to have everything done and closed within the next couple of weeks. In Miles City, Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks officials are reminding people to be bear aware even inside their own neighborhoods. This past Monday, FWP wardens responded to a report of a small black bear rummaging in trash outside of a garage on the southern edge of Miles City. After numerous failed attempts to remove the animal, the bear returned to the residence and entered the garage in search of trash. After being confronted, the bear ran to a neighbor's house where it was shot and killed by a homeowner. Montana law allows people to kill a bear to defend themselves or another person, but FWP always says that these events can be avoided by locking up garbage, bird feeders, and protecting your gardens and beehives. For commuters excited about the new 10-mile stretch of roadway between Rockvale and Laurel, Mother Nature is raining on that parade. Tracy Miller with KLJ Engineering says the recent inundation of rain has left work crews with no other option than to delay the project. The new timeline suggests another 3 to 4 weeks of paving and construction. For those still traveling through the area, you should continue to follow the detour and traffic signs. Even though the Alberta Bear Theatre is closed for renovations, they're still scheduling shows. Those shows will take place at the Babcock Theatre, MSUB's Petro Hall, and the Billings Public School Lincoln Center. Renovations began earlier this month, beginning with demolition of parts of the building. The theater has raised about $11.8 million for the $13.6 million project. The theater is expected to reopen in the fall of 2020.
The show must go on, and in order to continue to provide performing arts to the community, we will have a shortened season. We felt like we needed to be really responsible, not take a lot of risks in our programming because of the capital campaign, but yet we're trying to offer something to everyone.
Dietrich says with the shortened season, the theater will put on about 1 or 2 shows per month. A group of 8 kids were apparently too smart for the Scripps National Spelling Bee. The annual competition ended last night with 8 winners. It was a first for the Spelling Bee. After 20 rounds, organizers said they ran out of challenging words. They'll now be known as the Elite 8. Well, thank you.